Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays with Harbinder Narula on BW Wellbeing World. Today's conversation is to bring spotlight on a crucial topic, women's health and its relation to nutrition. Joining me is Payal Rangar, who is a young certified nutrition coach working on the weight management, hormonal balance, and lifestyle improvement through evidence based meal planning. Let's talk to her about the role of diet, exercise, and sleep in the overall well being and how women can take charge of their health through sustainable nutrition strategies. Payal, first of all, thank you so much for joining us on BW Wellbeing World. Uh, Payal, nutrition is crucial for everyone. But let's
Yep.
talk about women today. Why is nutrition crucial for women's health while they go through physiological changes at different stages of their life, from puberty to pregnancy to menopause? So, how is nutrition crucial specifically to women more than men?
Yeah, very interesting question, Harvinder. See, nutrition, in fact, is like crucial for everyone, whether it's like male or a female, right? But we emphasize basically more on. One second, I'm so sorry. Yes, so we emphasize more on women because they actually go through a lot of physiological changes, right from puberty to the reproductive years to pregnancy and then postpartum, menopause and beyond. Also it's women who have hormones, right? So that's actually the reason they go through a lot of physiological changes as well as emotionally. So at every stage, we need proper nutrition for them. Like suppose if a girl is in her puberty years, so the nutrition we plan for them or what they need at this time is the nutrition that supports their growth, right? Supports their growth, their hormones, and bone health. In reproductive years, we need nutrition that will aid their fertility, energy, and overall health. When comes pregnancy, that we know it, the nutrition becomes very essential for the lady itself and herself and for the fetus inside. So it's very essential for body's development. Postpartum comes the recovery part.
Mhm.
When you have delivered your baby, obviously how your body literally, upside down when you deliver a baby. So how well you can take care of yourself. Menopause is a major stage again in a woman's life. That's perimenopause is a transition period of menopause. So again, nutrition plays a big role because your hormones are declining. You need to calm them. You need to manage your metabolism, your bone health. So here, these all of these stages they need different kind of nutrition and it becomes very very crucial. So what you are eating at a puberty age or a reproductive years of your life will have a completely entirely different nutrition than what you are going through when you are in your menopausal days. So here we emphasize a lot on nutrition. Again, coming to women's part, you can see from puberty to menopause how much physiological changes as well as emotionally changes woman is going through.
Got it. And Payal, we generally are aware of what are the common dietary mistakes that people are making, especially when
Mhm.
they're looking at the lifestyles of today, which is very different from what our forefathers have lived. Are there some common dietary mistakes women make that impact their overall health? Something common across women.
See, the most common is like they don't want to eat, first of all. They don't want to eat. Eat in the sense they think eating fat will make them fat. That's the worst advice anyone can give to themselves. कि fat खाने से हम मोटे हो जाएंगे. No, you have to realize that there's a difference between good fat and bad fats. There is a difference between saturated and unsaturated fats. There's a difference between ghee and what you are eating outside. Ghee is bad. Eating fat will make us fat. No, eating fat, good fats will not make you fat. Your lifestyle makes you fat, right? So yes, this is one common mistake that every I have come across so many of women in my life for the diets. Okay, you're giving us ghee, you're giving us rice in the dinner. How do you expect us to lose? Because most of the time, most of the years, they have been just into fat diets, salt-free dinners, and ठीक है, 10 days का keto diet करा, 2 kgs down. But rest of the life, they're like literally struggling. Okay, keto से करके हमने weight तो loss कर लिया, but how long is it sustainable? I don't understand. So I literally have to counsel my clients to eat. You have to treat food as your medicine,
Mhm.
not as your enemy. It's like your friend. It's like fueling your body.
Right.
Other common dietary mistakes is like they opt for salt free dinners. So if you gonna eat salt free dinner, agle din weight come hoga, but then again, how long is it sustainable? You have to eat, right? Cutting down carbs completely from your diet. We are Indians. We live on rice. We live on chapatis. Again, soups and salads are not meant for us. If you do it for a while, again, it's not going to be sustainable. So you have to eat good fats. You have to not literally cut down carbs. Cutting down simple carbs, yes, but complex carbs, there are good carbs like our ancient grains, millets, amaranth, rajgira. So
Mm.
you have to inculcate all these things into your life in order to maintain a good lifestyle. They won't take sugar, but then again will opt for sugar free without realizing how much harmful it's 1,000 times more harmful than your actual sugar. So
Right.
I tell my clients, if you want to enjoy your tea or coffee, you can enjoy a little bit of sugar in it rather than putting Splenda or sugar freeze into it. You're not realizing how much harmful hidden sugars are there,
Right.
aspartame, and everything. So, yes, will cut down fats, but will not cut down junk food and alcohol. They don't. And the last point which I want to emphasize is that they don't want to strength train. They just want to do cardio. कि ठीक है cardio से हमारा weight loss हो जाएगा. No, after menopause or perimenopause or menopause, there is total decline of muscle loss, right? Bone health. So that becomes very crucial in a woman's life to strength train themselves. No, strength training will make us masculine. Strength training karenge muscle mass badega. We will put on weight. So these are like total some of the mistakes which, as you asked, what are the common dietary mistakes like one tends to make? So these are the list. And lastly, I wanted to emphasize on is strength training also, though it's not a part of dietary mistake, but yes, it is a part of a healthy lifestyle that you strength train yourself.
Got it. I think it's important because, generally क्या होता है कि the nutritionist focus on just the food and the consumption part of it. But then, what I have seen or what I've understood from the conversations that I've been having with people is that nothing in isolation is actually useful. So,
Yes.
so the holistic health and the integrated
Holistic
approach
health.
is the best thing to do. But tell me one thing. I mean, something that comes to my mind since you're telling me that घी खा सकते हैं, घी खाना चाहिए. There's been this confusion every year. There's a different spiel that comes out in the industry where desi ghee is not good. These kind of oils are better. This oil has got more trans fat than the other one. And, all this has changing the industry where today you
Yes.
have people, the processed food industry also putting labels like no palm oil used. Boss,
Hmm.
is palm oil so bad, or is it as bad as any other oil, or is this better, or do you think it is a marketing gimmick that is there, or what is your take on this?
You're quite right. There is like a lot of marketing gimmicks. What I believe is that you have to listen to your ancestors' diet, what they have been eating all around. I think ghee and mustard oil. That's what we have grown up to. So yes, तो अगर जब घी ने उस टाइम पे आपको कुछ खराब नहीं करा, अब क्यों करेगा? The only thing that happens is why you were scared about for of having ghee is that because your lifestyle is bad.
Mhm.
You are not, if you're not moving, see, there are three fundamentals of a healthy life. That's diet, which is your nutrition, your exercise, and sleep.
Right.
Anything that goes off the track, no, you will keep looking for shortcuts. Okay, अभी घी नहीं खा सकते हैं, अभी ये नहीं कर सकते हैं. So what I also tell everyone is like, you have to look into your ancestors' diet. They have been into rice, they have been into ghee, and they were all okay. So why do you want to adopt to Mediterranean lifestyles or to, that westernized diets? In fact, even now, Western countries are adopting to our lifestyle.
Correct.
They have ghee into their diets. They have turmeric. Okay, the turmeric latte is too much of fashion. जबकि हम तो छोटे होते से we have seen our grandparents having turmeric milk. So they have changed the name into turmeric lattes. So I always say कि जो हम शुरू से खाते आ रहे हैं, जो हमारे ancestors ने जो एक diet बनाया हुआ था, I think that's the best way to follow rather than following these. This oil is bad, falana is bad. Again, it's total marketing things.
Women face challenges with weight loss and weight gain cycles. So कभी तो बिल्कुल weight gain हो जाता है, फिर weight loss हो जाता है. What are your tips for ensuring a sustainable weight management for women?
Focus on balance eating, not restricting. Eat your macronutrients. They are essential for you. They are essential for every part of your, when you are growing as in your puberty years or in your menopausal years. So you have to focus on balance rather than totally restricting on carbs. Eat your protein, eat your fiber, eat healthy fats that will give you energy and will keep your cravings in check. You have to prioritize strength training, which will help build your muscle, boost your metabolism, and also prevent your weight loss. Manage stress and sleep. Most of your detoxification happens only when you are sleeping. When your sleep cycle is haywire, you are having late nights. You know what the result is. Poor sleep and high stress, they trigger your hormones and cortisol levels. So this is the way you have to balance your lifestyle. I think that's the only way. Avoid crash diets. They are of no use. They will just give you short term goals. That's it. Slow results, slow steady weight loss with real foods is more sustainable. And stay consistent. Whatever you are doing, everything demands discipline and consistency. So yes, stay on the track and be balanced. As I said, three fundamentals of life. Just focus on those three. You won't be needing any dietitian. Trust me.
Got it. And Payal, to the best of my knowledge, you specialize in diabetes and obesity management. Is it possible for women to prevent and manage gestational diabetes through nutrition?
Yes, obviously. So that's a part of, like, some people do face gestational diabetes. That's again your lifestyle. देखो जो पहले time पे होता था, I still remember, like, when I got pregnant, I was like, I was being told by my mother-in-law and my mom, like, okay, ज्यादा हिलना नहीं है, ज्यादा ये कुछ नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना. जबकि आप पुराने टाइम की लेडीज देखोगे, how active they were. So we have become very, secured about our कि नहीं अभी pregnant हो गए तो ये चीज नहीं कर सकते. In fact, I feel that you have to be very active throughout your lifestyle. Touch wood, and thankfully, time is changing now. So women are being mindful. There are yoga classes. There is good nutrition to take care of yourself. And gestational diabetes can be maintained by a balanced diet, staying active, and managing your weight before and during pregnancy. कितना वेट बढ़ रहा है हमारे टाइम पे 22-23 kgs बढ़ता था because we used to find an excuse. Okay, you are pregnant, you can eat anything. But now it does not happen this way because we are not that active also throughout our pregnancy. So you have to monitor your weight during your pregnancy. You have to focus on high fiber foods. You have to focus on lean proteins and healthy fats, as I said, while limiting sugar, processed foods, junk foods. and staying bit of active. Like we have so many prenatal yoga classes that again helps to make you feel little active. Regular small interval walks are very essential. That in all takes care a lot of with your gestational diabetes, if in case if you have.
And what are, you know, because what I understand from the last few questions that I've asked you, that there are a lot of these myths that are there around food, consumption, nutrition. What are some of the biggest myths that you have observed among people that you've met, especially when it is related to women's nutrition, that you'd like to debunk uh, through our media?
Eating fats make you fat. The biggest myth. Truth is that healthy fats like nuts, seeds, avocados, or ghee are essential for metabolism, okay, for your hormonal balance and brain function. It's not excess calories that leads to weight gain, it's your poor lifestyle again. So first goes without saying, eating fat makes you fat. No, I myself take 2 to 3 spoons of ghee. I have to take into my meals. So that's how your meal also becomes balanced. दाल में ऊपर से आप घी डाल के खाओ, कहाँ से मोटे होगे? In fact, that's the best way to reduce your belly fat. So many clients of me, they ask me, how do you get that skin? How are you so maintain? I tell them, please include ghee. Coffee में घी ले लेंगे because that's a trend, ghee coffee. But then they will refuse to put ghee on your chapati, on your paratha or your ghee. So remove all these fats from your mind and don't think that all fats are bad. Carbs are bad for your weight loss. No. Good carbs like your complex carbs, which is your quinoa, amaranth, ragi, or your parboiled rice. These are good options of your complex carbs, which will not only make you feel energetic, but again is very, very helpful for your overall health. It's refined carbs and sugar that are bad for you. So you have to see the difference. Also, detox drinks, many of them feel कि okay, एक कोई drink बता दो हमें जिसमें सुबह पीते ही हमारा fat loss हो जाए. There is no magic drink. There is no one magic food that will make you lose weight. It has to be your healthy lifestyle. More protein is equal to more health. आजकल body बनाने का शौक सबको आ गया है, whether it's like how even youngsters are, especially girls and boys, कि नहीं हमें अच्छी body करनी है, हमारा physique अच्छा होना चाहिए. Even girls are like that. So while protein is very essential, but excessive intake does not always mean better results. Too much of protein can strain your kidneys and may not be like beneficial for everyone, especially with pre-existing conditions. So I also ask them कि ये फालतू के protein shakes मत लिया करो. And आप अपनी daily requirement में ही अपना protein की requirement आप पूरी कर सकते हो with your balanced meal. And as I said, ghee is unhealthy. That's also a biggest myth that I would like to debunk. Pure ghee is a great source of healthy fats. It aids digestion. It gives you glow. It's very essential for your internal health, for your organs. And when consumed in moderation, it's actually very beneficial. The key is portion control. Skipping meals, again, I would say is good for your weight loss. No. Portion control, I feel, is the best way. Like you have to start your meal with fiber, then fat, little bit of good fat, protein, and then lesser carbs. When you fill your stomach with good amount of fiber and protein, half of your appetite is already full. So yes, so
एक चीज
some
बताओ,
of these.
पायल, जिनको घी से स्मेल आती है, तो उनके लिए व्हाट इज द बेस्ट अदर ऑल्टरनेटिव?
आपको तो नहीं आती है स्मेल.
ये प्लांटेड क्वेश्चन दे रहा था.
सिर्फ प्योर घी में स्मेल तो नहीं आती है, पता नहीं. आई थिंक व्हेन यू स्टार्ट एंजॉयिंग समथिंग ना, तो वो उसमें आपको कुछ नहीं नजर आ सकता. लाइक आई डोंट नो, मेरे को कभी भी स्मेल नहीं. इनफैक्ट मेरे को तो वो खुशबू लगती है. व्हेन आई पुट माय रॉ घी और मैं चपाती और on my खिचड़ी, आई लव डूइंग दैट. एंड आई हैव पुट लिटरली सो मेनी स्टोरीज ऑन माय सोशल मीडिया, adding ghee into my bowl of sabzi and dal. So yes, as I said, ki the best way is to enjoy them rather than okay, I had ghee डाल रहे, smell तो नहीं आएगी. It's just your mindset.
Got
लिकर में स्मेल नहीं आती है, विस्की में स्मेल नहीं आती है किसी
it.
को.
आपको घी में वो अच्छा लगता है, हमें लेकर की खुशबू आती है।
सी, तो ये उल्टा होता है. हमें हमें घी में से नहीं आती है, हमें अल्कोहल में से स्मेल आती है. तो इट्स अगेन एज आई सेड कि द थिंग दैट यू आर एंजॉयिंग makes it.
Got it. And by
Yeah.
conditions like PCOS and endometriosis
प्लूटो को लेके जाओ.
disorders are becoming increasingly common. It's more than what we've seen in the past. Maybe people are getting tested more,
Yeah.
so we are able to see it. But what are the most effective dietary interventions to naturally regulate hormones for a woman?
See, PCOD, PCOS, endometriosis, I feel कि अभी ज्यादा सुनने में आ रहा है. I really don't think so. Like we have ever come across seeing our moms or our parents, grandmom or nani or dadi going through all these things. ये अब ज्यादा इसलिए आ गया because again lifestyle plays a major role in that. PCOS, so many young girls are dealing with that, I can't even tell you. So what is the main reason? Their sleep cycle, their poor sleep cycle, their exercise pattern, their eating habits. So that all adds up to hormonal imbalance. So you have to naturally regulate hormone in conditions like PCOS, endometriosis, thyroid disorders. You have to focus again on balancing your food. I cannot emphasize much enough like how much it actually plays a role. So a balanced nutrition, yes, you have to cut down your sugar. Sugar is actually poison. आपने भी सुना होगा. Like white sugar, yes, it is क्या कहते हैं कि that's actually a reason for inflammation. जो हमारे PCOD और endometriosis में आ रहा है, that's a major reason of inflammation. So you have to inculcate the foods that supports your gut and liver health through your diet. Like prioritize on blood sugar balance. Choose complex carbs like quinoa, millets, as I said. Include protein in every meal. Healthy fats, avocados, ghee, nuts, seeds. Avoid excess of sugar and processed foods, which can worsen your insulin resistance, which is again the major cause in PCOD. Also, you have to reduce inflammation, go on anti-inflammatory diet. Wheat, unfortunately, nowadays is so processed कि उसमें gluten बहुत ज़्यादा आने लग गया है. पहले हमें कभी कोई problem नहीं होती थी. But yes, nowadays many people, including me, is gluten intolerant. So we can reduce the inflammatory food items like wheat from our diet. Milk, unfortunately, you know how it is. The care and immunization, which used to be before, it's all gone. The hormones that the cows have been given. तो जितना उसमें जा रहा उतना ही हमारी बॉडी में भी जा रहा है. So you have to cut down on inflammatory food items like milk. You can avoid. You can opt for almond milk. You can opt for any other nut milk that suits you. You can avoid wheat and substitute it with bajra, ragi, jowar attas. You can support your gut and liver detoxification. A cup of black coffee is it's very healthy for your liver detoxification. So enjoy a cup of coffee without having milk and sugar. A plain black coffee again is good for your liver health.
Awesome. And by, there's something called emotional eating.
Hmm.
आपका ब्रेकअप हो गया तो you start eating food, you're consuming food, कुछ, I mean, whatever, people are emotionally connected to eating for some reason.
Hmm.
How does it affect the weight management, and what are some of the strategies to develop a healthy relationship with food? How do you ensure that you control your emotions when it comes to consumption of food?
Yes, emotional eating does lead to overeating, weight gain, and unhealthy food relationship. Well, I believe you should distract yourself when you realize you are into such mood. But then that becomes very you're not really able to help yourself. You don't realize it. कि ठीक है अभी yes, when you are in an emotional state of mind, you don't know how much you are binging on chocolates or anything. So that's quite a stressful part, and it is always it's mostly driven by stress, by boredom also sometimes. बोर हो रहे हैं, चलो फ्रिज खोल लिया, कुछ आया सामने खा लिया. So this is one way, like you have to control your mindset. That's one condition where you have to be little more being careful, being mindful. So strategies what I can give for healthy relationship, to adopt healthy relationship with your food is like identify your triggers. Keep a journal to track your emotional eating patterns. सारा दिन तो आप नहीं रहते हो ना वैसे. There are few days. So I believe that you should always keep a journal to track when you are going through emotional eating patterns. Practice mindful eating. Eat slowly without distractions. TV on करके, phone on करके, you don't realize how much you're gulping it. I see it at my home, my sons. Like, एक हाथ में phone है, एक हाथ में TV है, but they just refuse to listen. Maybe by the time they will grow, they will realize it. So yes, eat your food properly, eat slowly and without any distractions. उसको calmly, उसको enjoy करो. That's the way your body absorbs also. So it's not the way, it's not like how much you are eating and what you are eating. It is about what your body is absorbing. तो वो ज्यादा इफेक्ट करता है. Find like balance your meals. Obviously, as I said, protein and fiber rich foods that will give you a very a good satiety, and also will develop a healthy relationship with food. Don't label foods with good or bad. कभी कभार cheat meal is also very important. You can't have a monotonous life कि सारा दिन ही आप दाल चावल खिचड़ी खाओगे. You need a change. Enjoy that meal without guilt. कभी पिज्जा खाने का मन करा, वो नहीं यार, आई एम हैविंग पिज्जा, दैट्स सपोज्ड टू बी बैड फॉर मी. नो, if you're having that slice or if you're having half of the pizza, at least enjoy that. And then you can balance. It's like about 80-20 rule. 80% stick to home cooked clean foods, 20% enjoy your outings, enjoy your coffee break, enjoy your lunch break, enjoy that drink if you're having. So never label at it as bad or good. It should be always 80 and 20 rule.
So,
That's what I also do, like this, like 80% it has to be home cooked, clean food, and 20%. So that way, you will not even feel bad. कि ठीक है. And you look forward for that outing, for that one meal that you will enjoy with your friends.
but isn't there a big assumption that a food cooked outside the house is bad?
See, whether you are having in a 5 star or in
Mhm.
a 7 star or in a dhaba, the
Mhm.
food is not guaranteed. The
Yep.
oil that they use, the masalas that they are using,
Mhm.
you cannot really vouch on it. Okay, so yes, it can't be compared. You cannot call it bad, but yes, you cannot even compare it with home cooked foods. A 5 star में खा के आप कहीं पे भी खा के और you can get little bit of stomach infection and anything. So yes, it's not bad, but yes, it cannot be even compared.
So the chances are that it may not be as good as what you would cook at home, right?
Yes, yes, yes. True.
Payal, your last answer, you used the words stress.
Hmm.
And, we're having this conversation around the Women's Day. And, there's this huge element of women now taking up high stressful jobs, right?
Yeah.
They're working hard, they're working long hours, they're traveling a lot as much as anyone else is doing. And this kind of takes a toll on their hormones, And what I've heard, I'm not too sure, I want to check with you, that is there a role that stress has on hormones, which actually impacts the uh, health of a woman? Is there some kind of a balanced diet that you can recommend for women who do not have enough time to prepare good quality meals at home? They could be traveling, so they're eating out. They're going for meetings which are over lunch, so they're eating out. They do not have time to prepare for food, so that's when they're ordering food at home. So, what is it that you can recommend for them so that they can ensure that while all of this lifestyle is there, they can still maintain a balanced diet for themselves and for their family at home? Long question.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. Women in high stress jobs, they really need to maintain a balanced diet. And what I ask my clients when they are working or then when they need to travel, yes, there are a lot of women who are into this field of job. So I ask them to I ask them for the time management. Like you have to manage your week. Obviously, Saturdays, Sundays, or Sundays, you get a day off. So in during that day, what you can do is like just 2 3 hours, you can manage your whole week. You know your entire schedule, where you are traveling, how long will you be out. So you have to manage your time. You have to meal prepping smartly. What I say is like you can batch cook some simple meals like salads or grain bowls or any protein rich snacks. अब इतने अच्छे अच्छे protein rich snacks आप घर पे ही बना सकते हो. There are so many recipes all over, like ragi laddus or ragi chikkis or amaranth grains का आप कुछ चिक्की बना सकते हो, or you can make anything out of it. So what you have to do is you have to time manage. आप smartly अपने meal preps करो, like you know Monday से Friday where you are traveling, like how long you will be out. Also, when my clients are traveling, or what I would like to give as a suggestion is carry home cooked foods as much as you can, even if you're like if you're going for a day out. See, Monday to Friday, how much you are working hard on yourself, that one outside meal, yeah, two outside meals play a havoc. So handy meals like makhanas or any seasonal fruit, that's the best option that you can keep for yourself. A katori of nuts, mixed trail mix like nuts, seeds, and anything of these things. They are very handy and they are very useful. At least it will help you prevent you from binging outside food, right? When you are traveling in the car, या कुछ भी है, तो instead of looking outside for your chips or anything, if you have a fruit, if you have a cut anar in your bowl with some seeds, that will give you energy as well as give you a satiety. So meal planning is very, very important. Choosing quick nutrient dense foods, like you can opt for nuts, you can opt for Greek yogurt. So these things are not very, they will not require much of time also. You just need to keep it in your bag and just move out. Some boiled eggs, you can keep it for yourself. You can even offer protein smoothies, just a cup of yogurt or almond milk with with a fruit or with some nuts. Then that's again a proper meal that you can keep for yourself. Staying hydrated, prioritize water and some herbal teas like maybe a green tea or a chamomile tea over sugary drinks. So these things are very handy. थर्मस आते हैं, थर्मस में आप सॉल्टेड लस्सी लेके चले जाओ, छाछ लेके चले जाओ. सो या that's very simple. You just need how to manage your meals, that's all. So whenever you have time, like 3 to 4 days to manage your week, कि ठीक है ये दिन मैं बाहर रहने वाली हूँ, so you just need to meal plan smartly and eat mindfully. Like avoid and skipping. You have to avoid skipping your meals. Choose balanced options whenever you are going out. As I told you कि ये थोड़ी थोड़ी options आप घर पे रख सकते हो, and just I think fruits, nuts, boiled eggs, these are the best options that you can give to yourself. So yes, high
So,
stress jobs में होता है, but yeah, these
I believe this is not just for women. I mean, this is a common.
for everyone. Yes, yes, yes. For everyone. So small, consistent choices, they help maintain your health despite a busy schedule. हर वक्त काम 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 नहीं. You have to prioritize your health. You have to prioritize your self care. When you are healthy, that's the only way that you will be able to take care of your family. So yes, prioritize your health by.
एक और चीज बताओ. I mean, something that comes to my mind when I'm listening to what you just said is that a lot of people who have hectic work schedules, they
Hmm.
prepare food and keep it in the refrigerator. कि
Richard.
हफ्ते का एक बारी खाना बना के रख दिया. You know. Also, all the Punjabi homes, they have this thing कि रात का बना हुआ खाना सुबह ज्यादा टेस्टी होता है. Is that all right, or is this wrong?
I'll just answer in a simple line, Harbinder ji. When you reheat your food, your nutrients are zero. The moment you reheat your food, whether on in a microwave, whether on a tawa, gas, किसी पे भी करते हो, you are just filling up your stomach with absolutely zero nutrient food. You're just throwing your food, that's all. So there is no nutritive value when you reheat your food. Coming to अगले दिन ज्यादा टेस्टी लगता है, स्पेशली जब वो मटन होता है या चिकन होता है. एक तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स डेड फूड, राइट? अगर आपका दिन में बना हुआ है, अगर आप उसको रात में भी खाते हो तब भी वो डाइजेस्ट नहीं होगा. और रात का अगर आप अगले दिन खाते हो, यू कैन इमेजिन हाउ लॉन्ग विल इट टेक टू डाइजेस्ट. एज इट इज चिकन एंड मीट टेक्स 24 to 48 hours टू डाइजेस्ट एंड इट्स अ डेड मीट.
Mhm.
और वो पता नहीं कब का भी कटा हुआ है. अगले दिन इट्स जस्ट आवर टेस्ट बड्स और नथिंग एल्स. की नहीं जी अगले दिन ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है. नो, ईटिंग फ्रेश फूड एज द फर्स्ट थिंग इन द मॉर्निंग, that should be your number one priority. I keep telling my dad, he's in USA, though he has his daughter-in-law and everyone who can cook for him, and that he also is a very good cook. So but he enjoys his raat ki dal with paranthi. I said, aap ek pehle banana खा लो, eat a bowl of papaya, then you वो कर खा लो ना, कोई बात नहीं. Once in a while say it's okay for your taste buds, but eating पुराना खाना in the morning अब fasting के बाद you it's zero value. And as I said कि reheating your food kills all the nutrients. So जब दिन में बना होता है ना, that's the best way. गरम गरम बना हुआ है, take your फुल्का, take your rice and enjoy that very moment.
Got it.
No reheating, whether it's how many times they say microwave is safe, this is better than that. Simple line is, if you reheat your food, it's gone, it's of no use.
Got it. And Payal, what happens is that there are certain phases in life when everybody pounces on you to give you suggestion in terms of ये खाया कर, वो खाया कर, ये मत खाया कर, control this. And in a woman's life, that happens during pregnancy.
Mhm.
Everybody just comes together to give you what you could eat, what you should not eat. What are some of the common nutritional mistakes a pregnant woman makes? And how can they ensure an optimal health for themselves and for the baby?
Hmm. See, as you said कि सारे कहते हैं कि okay ये भी खा लो वो भी खा लो. I think you have to listen to your body as well. And secondly, if it's your if some elderly woman is suggesting you, I think that's also a part of your life. Like yes, you can listen to them, but coming to prioritizing your meals, you should never skip on protein and iron. You have to realize there are two lives into you now, like yourself and your baby. So you have to double your nutrition. अब double your nutrition का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप double double खाना खाओगे. You have to eat mindfully, you have to eat smartly, you have to eat right. Prioritizing your protein because that's very, very healthy for yourself and for your baby as well, because again, growth factor, right? Prioritize on your iron and protein, like include lentils, include eggs, include dairy, rather than itna bada pieces of chicken ke 4 5 kha rahe ho. No, lean proteins like lentils are very good, eggs is very good. If dairy, like A2 milk is coming, if you have good sources of organic milk, that is very essential. You can, if you are allergic to milk, you can even have yogurt. Up to nowadays, there are so many nut yogurts, nut milks that are more healthier. In fact, ragi milk is so healthy. So you have to prioritize and plan it mindfully. That will help you as well as the fetus. Focus on leafy green vegetables for yourself and baby's growth. Not enough eating healthy fats like omega 3s. Again, that's very important. That comes from your nuts. आपको खाली कैप्सूल खाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Nuts में है, flax seeds में है, and fish में है. Fish, obviously not raw fish, cooked fish, which is very important to support your brain development. Overeating of processed foods, that's wrong. Once in a while, ठीक है, for your mood swings or for your cravings, एक आधा cheat कभी कर लिया. But focus on whole nutrient dense foods to avoid excessive weight gain. Ignoring hydration, like if you are not really liking the taste of water, you can enhance it by adding some mint, some lemon. You can opt for coconut water. You can opt for chas. That will also help to prevent constipation, which happens during this time, and will help in dehydration and will support your circulation also. And most important is skipping folic acid and key nutrients. Obviously, your gynec or your nutritionist will give you all these supplements, but ensure that folate, calcium, vitamin D through your supplements and diet. Focus on your diet and these supplements. Obviously, you will be guided only. But yes, so these few key nutrients are very, very important, which I said is your iron, your vitamin D, your omega 3s, calcium. So yes, making a note of these points are it gets very crucial during this time, during this pregnancy time.
Okay. And there's been a lot of conversation by some spiritual masters, spiritual people who are spiritually inclined, who say that, the role of the mental health of the person who is preparing the food
Hmm.
is very, very important. I mean,
Important.
typically they give an example कि माँ के हाथ का खाना अच्छा लगता है because the intent with which the food is being prepared
Yes,
is
yes.
very different.
Very
Do
different.
people like you who have studied the science of nutrition believe in this? And what is your take on this?
Like the food which is cooked at
The mental health of a person who's preparing the food, the mood swings of the
yeah.
person preparing the food.
Yes, yes, it's very right. That's why they say कि ज़्यादा बाहर मत खाओ या don't ask your cook every time to make food for you because you have no idea what all they are also going through. How much negative energy sometimes they put into because at back of the mind even they have stress. When your mom is cooking for you or when you are cooking for yourself, obviously you think about you. You think about your baby. When your mom is cooking for you, she will not put any automatically those negative and what you say negative thoughts will never come into her mind because she's cooking for her daughter. She has she in her mind, her baby in her mind. Whereas if you go outside, if you ask anyone else, like maybe your cook or your maid to cook for yourself, yes, you are not too sure what exactly with what thoughts she is preparing food for you. She will not make with so much of love. Okay, bhi khana banana jaldi do, ghee lagana ye karo wo karo. So yes, these things does happen. Like how a mother cooks for their children. Like if you ask me, जब बच्चे छोटे थे, I know like how much effort I was putting. Like when you know your child is not too keen of having dal or sabzi, or we used to knead into atta only and तरीके से बना के so that child does not come to know. So this much patience and these much efforts, I don't think so anyone else can take rather than you or your loved ones. So that yes plays a major role.
Awesome, awesome. And let me come back to the scientific side of it. Uh, a lot of people talk about spot reduction. Yeah, losing weight in
Yeah.
the bodies. I want to have slimmer thighs, belly. Is it possible through diet alone? What's the reality? I mean, there's been a lot of conversations on social media, but what's the real thing?
Spot reduction through diet alone is a myth. As I told you, there is not a single magical drink or a single magical food or single magical exercise that will make you lose weight. It Similarly, spot reduction only through diet or exercise is not, it's not practical, neither it's the true wo. What happens is when you are eating, when you're focusing on your lifestyle through your good nutrition, sleep, exercise, you will have an overall change. अभी मुझे सिर्फ थाइस पतली करनी है तो मैं खाली थाइस की एक्सरसाइज कहाँ से लेके आए? कौन सा ऐसा फूड लेके आओ जो सिर्फ आपकी थाइस पर लगेगा? So this is again very silly mindset when people actually talk about it. So you have to realize it. Weight जो जाएगा या जो inches जाएंगे, that goes overall. Yes, you can particularly do about with your arms कि okay ठीक है, arms की exercise आप कर सकते हो, but एक food जो सिर्फ आपका spot reduction करेगा, that alone is a myth. Fat loss happens only overall, never in on a specific area. A balanced diet plus strength training plus cardio, that will help reduce your body fat, isn't it? But yes, genetics also, they don't decide where you lose it. जैसे अभी जैसे yes, genetics also I say play a major role, like your mom, your dad, तो वो भी एक role आ जाता है. But as you are asking about just spot reduction, that's not possible. No food or exercise on this earth can target fat loss in just one area. It has to, and that's the way it should be. Overall, ही इफेक्ट आना चाहिए.
And Payal, what would be your top three tips for women looking to prioritize health and well-being?
What do you think? What do you think? Should be इतनी conversation के बाद क्या होनी
But
चाहिए?
I would leave it to the experts.
See, top three tips I would say, prioritize your self care. ठीक है. Um, then doctor tips, yes. Don't just look for a weight loss. Look for fat loss. क्योंकि that's the only way to check how actually on how good track you are on. Weighing machine is not the only way to check your health. Your BMI, your body fat percentage, in fact, is the only way that actually checks, that measures your health. Weighing machine पे आप रोज खड़े हो रहे हो. Even if you are checking your weight after every half an hour, it will never be the same. It's your water weight, it's your stress weight. So you can't really rely on just weighing machine. You have to check your inches, how well they are going. If clothes fits you well, if you are feeling good about yourself, yes, I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling better, I think that's the way it should be rather than just checking weight. So that's the most important tip which I give to my clients. Check on your health internally, check on your health through your blood reports rather than just on your weighing machine. You have to check on your vitamins, your minerals, your bone health. Weight loss होता रहा है fat diets कर करके, that will give you no result. That's not sustainable. So the most important tip that I give to my clients is do not check your weight every day. Check your internal health, and that's the way you will glow outside. So it's actually internal health versus outside. So if you're healthy on your inside, it will show. So just don't run out weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. Focus on a healthy lifestyle, and you will
I was
won't need any dietitians in your life.
I was just thinking and smiling internally while you were talking when you were talking about weighing machine. I was like, whenever I have stood on a weighing machine, I make sure I take my wallet off, I take my watch off, anything that can put grams down. But Payal, my last question to you before I let you go is
Mhm.
that uh, I've had several conversations with doctors, spiritual masters, etc. And one thing that I've seen or observed that in India specifically, and more so in the rural part of India, but also in tier two, is something that I'm seeing that women always prioritize their family and work over their health.
Yeah.
And it is not that somebody is pushing them, but that's how they are geared, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Weight loss and nutrition or food, even when it comes to seeking health treatment or healing therapies, they are the last ones to take themselves to the clinic.
Yeah.
How can people like you, who have a very strong presence on social media, and social media is one of the ways to access or be influenced, how can you help in changing this mindset and make self care a priority among the young adult women?
Right. See, self care, you have to realize it's not selfish, it's essential, isn't it? As I said, like if you prioritize your health, that's the only way you will be happy and you will make your family happy. So it's not selfishness somehow, it's very essential. When you prioritize your health, you will have more energy, you will have better mental clarity and improved well-being to support your family and work, right? So you need to change the mindset. See health as a long-term investment, not as a luxury. A healthy woman only can take care for others, I feel. Ask for some support, share responsibilities at home and work, and create some time for self care. Once in a while, going out for a spa and enjoying maybe a massage or something. I think that will make you more, what do you say? You will have more mental clarity. You will be happy with yourself. And when you are happy with yourself, you will create a happy environment. Schedule that me time for yourself. That's very important, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, that 1 hour that you give yourself. That, again, it holds that whole day ka schedule. या क्या कहते हैं, that whole day actually lies in your 1 hour in the morning that you give to yourself. So,
Mhm.
yes, giving that half an hour or 1 hour in the morning is not selfishness. It's very essential for yourself and for your family. If you try to meditate and do little bit of yoga or deep breathing, that will again release your good hormones. That's very important for our stage. Celebrate small wins. You should not be asking for validation from your husband or for your children. Oh, I did this. God knows कोई appreciate करेगा अभी की नहीं, but appreciate it for yourself.
Mhm.
Suppose like I am doing this interview with you, I should be happy rather than I go and tell my in-laws, oh, I did this interview. Okay, okay, beta. No, but you should celebrate your wins. Yes, you did something, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes,
I totally
yes,
agree with
yes.
you.
Yes, a healthy woman builds a healthier home and future. That's what I believe. So making small, consistent changes are very essential for your life
You know, I actually,
well-being.
what I hear you say is something that you mentioned earlier also, that it's about time management, you know.
Yeah,
So if you were to take care of yourself, it is not necessarily at the cost of taking care of someone else.
yeah,
It's not that you will not be taking care of your husband or a child if you were to take out time to take care of yourself, right?
yeah,
So I think making, you don't have to prioritize yourself over others people, but you also have to keep yourself as a part of the priority, is what
true,
I want from you, right? I
true.
think it's a very, very important point that you're making, because with the kind of time that everyone, not just women, who are spending on social media, it becomes a responsibility of people like us to be able to share this message with them. And another thing that I really feel, while social media is a blessing, but it also has comes with own challenges. Because,
Yes,
I bring this up in every conversation that I do, that we have a responsibility to differentiate between somebody who's qualified to give you the information
yeah,
versus somebody else who may be a health enthusiast but is not qualified or not
enough to,
trained
yeah,
or experienced enough to share what you should be doing.
yes,
Then is, it is also like, for example, when we were talking about tips and myth busting, it has to be backed by science and doable tips. You know,
Yes.
ऐसी चीजें जो something that has worked in the Western world, you start
Hmm.
suggesting them for India. It may not be possible because
Yes, exactly,
it's not
exactly.
available here. And so thank you so much for bringing this up. And I'll end the conversation with few tips that you shared, which I would like to reiterate that one, self-care is important. Self-care does not mean that you are selfish. You are
It's very
taking
essential.
it as a priority, overall priority. You need to work on fat loss and not on weight loss.
Not just weight loss.
Just
Yes.
weight loss. So focus on what is good for you. Third is look at scientific parameters for a healthy body.
Yes.
Standing on a weighing machine or understanding that you've lost 3 kgs, 4 kgs does not necessarily mean that you're becoming healthier.
Healthier inside. Yes.
And another thing, when you spoke about uh, blood reports, just brings up a point that every body is different. You know, I really want to bring this up before I end this conversation because people have this habit that
Coughing.
lost weight. What did you do? You took a diet chart.
Give your diet to me.
I'll, what has worked for someone else may not
But
necessarily.
yes, yes, everybody is different. As it says, like one size does not fit all, one diet does not mean it will fit for everyone. It's
Absolutely.
your body. You just, there is no one else to know your body better than what you can understand about your body. So you have to see what suits you rather than someone else. If like a smoothie or a bowl of papaya is suiting someone, वो सारा दिन वही खा रहा है, तो it does not mean that it will affect you also. So you
Absolutely.
have to listen to your body. No one else can tell you, rather than, if obviously there is a nutritionist or a food expert or a, like whosoever can guide you, I think there is no harm taking their help rather than just aping someone's diet कि वो पतली हो गई है तो मैं भी हो जाऊंगी. It can backfire.
Got it. So, Payal, this has been a very meaningful conversation. I really feel that a lot of these, tips and nuggets came out of this conversation, which could be very, very useful to anyone who watches this and listens to our conversation. I really appreciate your taking out time and sharing your thoughts and insights with us at BW Wellbeing World. It has been a pleasure speaking with you and conversing with you.
Pleasure was all mine too, Mr. Harbinder Singh. I was like totally privileged, and I'm so happy, sharing my knowledge, whatever I have. And I would like to even tell you, like, I wasn't born this way.
Uh-huh.
Like 7 8 years back, because I myself was having a very wrong lifestyle. I was a big time junkie, big time foodie. Unless, like those regular doctors checkups and hospital visits made me realize, yes, I'm doing something majorly wrong with myself. And when I started making those small changes with myself and I saw a marvelous result, I was like, it's amazing, like how I feel now. If I can do this to myself, how about like helping others? And then I started my studies again because I had finished my college and everything. So yes, I started with my courses, with my diet and nutrition, and small little courses again, short-term courses, and then internship. And there it was like, yes, I started helping others, and it's not my bread and butter. It's just my passion to help my clients. That's all.
Awesome. That is such a beautiful journey because somebody who's gone through this is best
Yes.
equipped because you have a conviction in what you're doing and it's not just a profession.
Yes, it's just not a profession. So I feel very privileged if I can help someone, and when they receive results, I just ask my clients. I said, I'm giving my 100%. That's the only thing I expect from you.
So tell
Don't come here for time pass कि वो लड़की पतली हो गई मुझे भी वैसे कर दो. उस लड़की ने 100% दिया. You also give your 100%. That's all you need.
so tell me one thing, one more question that comes to my mind is I'm sure a lot of people who are coming to you, many of them give up midway. Among,
Yeah, a lot of them.
among those people who have remained consistent, what is it that one quality or a trait that you have found in them that led them to remain consistent and get the outcomes?
See, once you see your body going through a lot of changes, when you feel happy about it, that's the best way. I think that's the only way. You started enjoying, you when you suppose, like as I told about myself, when I was a junkie, and when then I made that shift to healthier eating, and I started making those consistent changes, the results motivates you, the results that you get for yourself. I was always lean. I could have eaten whatever, like, on this earth, and I would still remain the same. But internally, when I started seeing the changes, when I started seeing my sleep progress, my exercise pattern, when I was waking up fresher rather than being, the grumpy mood, I think these changes makes you motivated and just work on it. My husband was almost 98, 99 kgs when he made those changes, and when now he sees himself on 82, 83. I would be like little left right in taking my exercise routine, but he does not even gives up on Sundays. He is that regular. So I think that's the only way it is. When you start enjoying the process, when you start seeing the changes, when you start feeling healthy, when you start feeling happy, there is no other push that you can give to yourself rather than seeing yourself and feel proud of what you see yourself in the mirror, with what you say in the mirror. I think that's the best way. That's what motivates you.
This could be a good parting note to say that, nothing speaks louder than success. Nothing motivates you and inspires you more than actually experiencing the outcome than
Ah,
just the conversation. But
true.
Payal, thank you so much for sharing this. It's been a meaningful conversation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Arminder ji. Thank you so much for having me.